Hello everyone, how are you doing? I'm Tesak, and do you know what sucks? Monetization. I've been somehow working on games my whole life, and I always did so because I liked playing games, and the only thing I like even more is creating games. But making games takes a lot of time and effort, and so it only makes sense to ask for some money in exchange for the final game. So let's talk about different kinds of monetizations. In my mind, it can be split into 5 models: completely free, paid/premium, subscription-based games, ads or something else supported games, and of course the infamous microtransactions. I will skip the free model because it's free, not much to say about it. So instead let's start with premium/paid games. These are probably the oldest way of selling games, and in my opinion it's still the best way to go about it, about anything that's not MMO or online with persistent world. Because it allows developers to be both creative and get fair amount of money for it. And once again, if the game is finished, well, as a developer you can continue working on expansions or you can do something completely new. For players, you pay once, no microtransactions, no ads, nothing, and you can keep your game forever. I didn't like this model when I was younger because I had no money, but as I grew up I realized this one is the most fair for both gamers and developers. Given again, it's not MMO game or game with persistent online world or dedicated server. Next, we have subscriptions. You get the game and you have to pay monthly to be able to play it. Nothing new, and honestly the most fair way for monetization from the perspective of developers. From the perspective of players, not so much. My biggest issue with this is that usually it gets combined with other models as well, and this makes it overly predatory in my mind, and I don't like that from both gamers and developers perspective. Next are ads or something else supported games that doesn't cost the player anything but makes money to the developer. I will split this into 2 versions. I will first focus on the ads. I am on board with the ads. It's a way to keep my game free to play, although it's not making nearly enough money as selling the copies of the game. I like to turn the ads into some form of currency that the player can then exchange for some features in my free-to-play games. And I think it's the most fair way of making games from the perspective of players. Same with microtransactions, honestly. In both cases, as long as it's not overly predatory, pay for advantage, pay to win, something like that, which gets us into the territory when I'm not happy about it as a both game developer or gamer at all. And lastly, I already foreshadowed it with the ads, it's something new that started popping out during the last few years. Free-to-play games with crypto mining on the background. It sounds like a good idea, but isn't. For once, it kills the whole idea of creative freedom. Because now you have all the disadvantages of free-to-play games with something, but you are not getting any advantages of these. And for the gamers, the game is gonna be taking needlessly more space and is gonna be putting unwanted stress on the system, meaning as a developer again, you might be pushed to cut some features or quality settings just because that would limit how much crypto you could gain. By the way, why I'm mentioning the creative freedom with paid games so much? Because with any other model besides completely free, you as a game developer, you really have to keep the gamer playing for as much time as possible. Because that's what is gonna give you the most money and the biggest revenue. Meaning now the whole game experience is not bound to the being a fun of the game. Rather than that, it's bound to we have to do this because otherwise we won't get paid as much. And that's where all the issues with stuff like skinner boxes, needless grind, shallow content, extreme repetitive gameplay, predatory in-game shops, unfair pricing on premium currencies, various packages and this stuff. Everything comes from this. And it gets even worse when these models get combined. And that's why I like to make my games premium/paid for money on Steam. And I am only releasing slightly altered versions of said games on Google Play after that, with ad support, or maybe in future with microtransactions. I might give it a try. But my main focus is the paid PC version, because that's the only way I can make sure I will make the game I actually like and I can be proud of. And then I have to make sure the mobile version is actually good as well, and it's only cosmetics that are being paid for or something like that, be it with money or with time from watching ads. But as I said, I believe this only applies to single player games or games that don't require the developer to keep much of a maintenance or servers running. And that's topic for a whole video by itself, or maybe a series. And that's something I'll have to explore myself, because, surprise surprise, Super Secret Project is online game. But hey, I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share my whole process for why I'm pricing my games the way I am doing. and why I'm asking certain sum of money to be paid for my games. Because by doing so, I can have the creative freedom. and I can continue making the best games I can that I enjoy playing myself. Anyway, that was a little window into some of the moral questions you have to make as a game developer. And I haven't really looked that much into it, honestly. There would be a whole series about each of these monetization practices. So yeah, and I had to cram it up into one short video. Oh well, relatively short video. So I hope you somehow enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, ring the bell. Don't forget to check all my social media. Links to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Discord server, and all my release games are in description. Thank you very much for watching, and until next Monday, see ya!